there have been hundreds of Ninjago suits produced throughout the years, but some I feel fly under the radar from people's perception, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at. In my opinion, I'm going to be going through the most underrated ninja suits from each ninja and Master Wu. So let's get straight into it. So, my most underrated Wu minifigure, in my opinion, is the Master of the Mountain one. I don't see this minifigure getting much talk online. I think the best thing about this minifigure is how they managed to give Wu an armoured up suit. Because obviously, normally Wu goes for the regal, fancy looking design. But this time they sort of just took it back, gave him a bit of armour, sort of made him feel like a warrior on the ninja team. So yeah, also like the use of the dark tan hat makes him stand out, the armour, and obviously he uses the season 11 headpiece with the beard, or not the braid on the back, obviously with the extended beard printing, as you can see there. And he does reuse the season 11 legs, but they were quite rare, so I don't mind them being reused. And also the fact that this minifigure was so easily accessible, by only being in a £20 set, I think that makes him a really underrated minifigure. Next up, we have gotten Rising Dragon Suit Kai. Now, the reason I think this one's underrated, simply because these the Dragon's Rising suits, should I say, or Rising Dragon figures, I didn't hear them get much talk because not many people like the fact that they were just sort of suit swaps from the other suits. And I don't like that, but I still think this one's actually better than the actual suits. I prefer the ZX armor with the gold strip around the band. It makes it feel like there's just a colour contrast going up. So it starts dark red, then it goes up towards red, into the gold and the red on top. I just think overall it looks really good. And yeah, I just don't hear many people talking about these suits anymore, as I say, just simply because they were just basically reuses with a few extra parts. Now here we've got a Jay, and obviously this is his Dragon's Rising Season 1 suit. The reason I think this one's really underrated, as well, slight bias, as Jay's my favourite ninja, but I do think he had the best Dragon's Rising suit, as you see here. I think the blue looks really good and bright on him here. And then also the fact that he's not canon to the show. He rarely gets put in with the other suits as people make custom administration Jays and all that. But yeah, I think the blue looks really good. I like basically how they went for the whole blue look alongside just the dark blue hands. The same they did with all the ninja, but I just think the blue looks the nicest. Also, the face print. Oh, well, yeah, as you can see, showing the angry face looks really nice there. And obviously with the eyes. But yeah, so due to this minifigure not being in the show, and also being some of people's least favourite armour and mass pieces, that's why I think this Jay is underrated, as he's a lot better than people make him out to be. Next up, we've got Climber Cole, and I really like this one. I think Cole suits I'm always mixed on, because obviously they're not as vibrant as some of the others due to him being the Earth Ninja and mainly having a black colour scheme. I think it's harder for him to stand out opposed to the bright blue suits or the red ones from Kai and Jay. But this one is really nice, as I think it's one of the best uses of orange. Now, this might be a hot take, but I'm not the biggest fan of orange on Cole. I like the printed details, but when they use actual orange plastic, I think it can either look a bit too bright for his earthy tone. But I think this one balances really nice here. Also, the gold in the armour also matches really well. And I think he just looks like a really cool figure. And I think all the components feel like they blend really well together in order to create the best product. So yeah, I also believe this minifigure is also quite underrated, as other than the magazine, which is how I got him, he came in Aaron's buggy set, which I don't believe was the most popular, as it was quite overpriced at the time. So yeah, so I think he was a bit rarer to obtain, which means people sort of forgot about him in the sets. But yeah, I think they did a really good job on him. Okay, let's take a break from Dragon's Rising at the moment, because we are going back to Season 9. And this is Zane's suit here. Now, I do really like this one. I don't have many of the Hunted Ninja, but I think they're not very spoke about suits that much. Obviously, they've got the whole theme about them being like the Battle Damage Season 8 suits, but I feel like people really think highly of the Season 8 suits, and they think that these are just a worse version of them. Now, obviously in the show, that's what they're supposed to be, but I still think they did a really good job on this minifigure here, with the one silver arm showing he's lost a sleeve. By also just adding the black half mask piece underneath, I think that makes him look a lot more complete. with the worn away printing, the cable ties. I think it does a really good theming of keeping the minifigures looking quite worn up and torn whilst they're still keeping the printing nice and fresh everywhere. So yeah, I do think this is a really cool Zane minifigure, no pun intended, and I think they deserve more love, the hunted suits. Next up, we have what I might consider the most underrated Ninjago minifigure of all time, and that is Hero Lloyd. Whenever I see this guy and actually take a proper look at him, I start to realise how he's one of my favourite Ninjago minifigures of all time. Just simply because I think the printing is immaculate. I love the dark green legs with the brighter green top, obviously with the printing flowing down with all the belts. But the main reason I think this guy's underrated is simply the fact that the silver and green combo is one that's rarely used. Other than Season 1 Lloyd, I can't really think of another Lloyd suit that uses this colour scheme. And I think it's a really good one, and I wish they'd use it more often. As I just think silver can be, like, obviously the gold and silver can be really nice. I do think in modern Ninjago, gold is being used a lot more, which does make some of these silver suits stand out a lot. But I do just think green and silver is a really nice colour scheme. And obviously with these being night-themed ninja, they're not as versatile as, say, some of the other suits such as Core or Season 11, but they still do look really nice. Finally, the last minifigure in this video, we have got Cornea. Now, the Corner suits, I believe, are a bit of a... Most people, I feel like they have a bit of a love-hate relationship with them. I, for one, really like them. I think having one colour arm is very nice, alongside... having like a 50-50 split between the arm and the other half of the suit looks really nice. I think this blue goes really nice with gunmetal grey. Also, the gunmetal grey armour also blends a lot in for... the gunmetal grey armour also just looks really nice with this suit. The grey legs is a slight downside. I would have liked for them to be gunmetal grey. I don't know what they did with the core suits, making them different colour legs. But anyway, also, as the core sets I don't believe were that popular, this also means this makes this figure a tad more underrated. But yeah, I love the gunmetal grey. This also may be the fact that I don't own Season 11 Nia. And this is one of the only Nia suits sort of in this style I've got with the new mask and the gunmetal grey colour scheme. But yeah, I just think she looks really good. So, those were my underrated minifigures from each ninja suit. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.